Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you had lunch yet and enjoyed the lunch break. So for now, we'll be waiting for a few minutes. We wait for other participants and speakers to join in for Asia. Thank you. Good afternoon to everybody, and welcome to join us again for the afternoon session. So, for now, we'll have five more speakers to join us in this session. And just to let you know, we are also live streaming this session in our YouTube channel. So make sure to check it out by searching Tutors in Action Malaysia. Next slide, please. All right, so there are some rules during this workshop. First of all, every participants, please mute your mic throughout the session, except for the speakers that are presenting. And also, everybody are encouraged to turn on your camera, especially the speakers. And for the third one, feel free to ask questions on our Google Meet section and also YouTube live chat section. We will also have a Slido, and you can scan the QR code to drop down any questions that you have. And the speaker will answer your question after finish their presenting. And please ask questions politely and be mindful of your words. So most importantly, let us enjoy the workshop. All right, so without hesitation, let us welcome our first, um, this is our scholarship that we'll be introducing today, PESP, YTAR, Maybank Group Scholarship, and also Maxis Women in Tech Scholarship, as well as Maxis Young Leaders Scholarship. Next slide, please. And also we'll be presenting on these topics depending on the speakers, what they want to share. So without hesitation, let us introduce our first speaker from Petronas Education Sponsorship Program, Lee Siu-Wern. So we'll pass the mic to her.
Hi guys, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, okay. So hi, I'm Siwan and I'm from Terengganu and I'm one of the Petronas scholar through the Petronas Education Sponsorship Program PESP. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a scholar of Petronas. So okay, so the requirements to get the scholarship is basically you need to be a Malaysian citizen, age between 17 to 19 years old, and possess a strong leadership skills. This is a very important point. And then be active in extra co-curricular activities during the school year. So for the academic requirements, it's quite simple. Like for those who want to apply for the scholarship to UTP, you need to have like at least 8 A minus in your SPM results. And like for local universities like me, I'm currently studying in University of Nottingham, Malaysia, in economics. So yeah, my SPM result need to have like minimum 8 A's. And then for overseas, you need to have a minimum of 4 A plus and 4 A minus. And then it depends on which course that you want to take. So basically, if you want to take like those science stream course, your A plus should be like mathematics, biology, and stuff like that. And yeah, next slide. And then for the coverage, Petronas is quite a good scholarship because like they cover your whole tuition fees like 100%, and then they will give you allowance like monthly allowance around like 900 ringgit per month for me, and then books and study materials allowance which is like 1,500 per year, and then onboarding allowance is around like 4,500 if I'm not mistaken. And then yeah, the accommodation fee we also provide, but the accommodation they normally require us to stay in twin sharing room with no aircon. Yeah. Next slide. Okay, so how to apply? So for this year, the online application started from like 16th of June until 22nd of June. So it's like a week. So you have only a week time to to submit your online application. So please do that. And then if you are shortlisted, you will be invited to Petronas Young Stars Day. So PYD basically is like you need to take assessments. The first one is like the Cambridge Personal Styles Questionnaire, where like you answers about like your personality, so like they can know you better. And then the second one is the Thinking Skills Assessment, TSA. So basically, like TSA is more to like mathematics and IQ question. It's not that hard. Yeah, so like you can basically find practice questions online where you can, practice before the assessment. And then the fifth one, Student Potential Assessment. This is like interview session, but this is only applicable for those who apply for overseas program. Yeah, so for those like who apply for UTP or local universities, you only need to do like two questionnaire and that's it. It's quite easy. It's quite an easy process. And then for the document required is basically your SPM certificate. And then like there's a link over there that I put, which where you can apply for the scholarship. So the bond is like basically around 5 years, and then you serve for Petronas. But if I'm not mistaken, for those people who born in Sabah, Sarawak, and Terengganu, you won't have any bond with Petronas after you got the scholarship. Yeah, but it's a good thing because like having a bond basically means that you have a job after you graduate, but it doesn't mean that you will straight away have a job. You still need to do well in the interview session and in your studies, because like if you did badly, you won't get any job in Petronas. So yeah. Okay, so the challenges that I face and how to overcome is like I have stage fright during the interview that I started a lot. So how to overcome is like prepare for the interview beforehand. Like, come up with questions that you think that the interviewer might ask, and then use the stop method where you focus and then take a deep breath and then make sure that you said what you wanted to say. And then for stuttering during interview, you should calm yourself down and then use the STAR method in answering questions where you state the situation, state the objective, and then your action and what result that may occur. And then make sure to be straight to the point because like you don't want to take a lot of time. And then during the assessment, do some practice beforehand. You can find it online. And then during the assessment, if you find it like a few questions are a little bit harder, you just skip it and then just do the easier questions. Yeah. Next one. Okay, so things that I wish I knew before applying the Petronas is like I really need to show leadership skills during the interview session. uh Showing leadership skills doesn't mean like you talk all the time. It's like you're help because like during my interview session I have like four other candidates. It's like it's an online interview, but I think at this moment it's a physical interview. Okay, so like during my time, there's four other scholars, and I think I'm not a person who initiate conversation the most. Like there are other two scholars that really talk a lot, but talking a lot doesn't mean that it shows that you have a good leadership skills. Sometimes you need to have to allow other scholars to have the opportunity to talk, to voice out their opinion. Yeah, so make sure like if you find like other scholars like a little bit quiet, maybe you can voice like maybe ask, oh, how about you? Like, what's your opinion like that? To show that you have a leadership skills. And then next one is a practice on TSA. So before I apply for the scholarship, I didn't know that there's like exercises or practices that I can find online. So I just do the assessment. Like I have no idea what will come out. So please do the practice question beforehand so that you know what will come out. And then the next one is like be more active in extra co-curricular activities, because I think they really uh prioritize on your leadership skills and how you interact with people. Yeah, so make sure to be active in your high school year. That's okay. So why you should apply for PESB? The first reason why is because it's 100% sponsored. that's my reason. Cause like yeah, free education. And then the next one is like able to connect with others Petronas scholars. So I have met like a few Petronas scholars and they are a very great person. So how does it impact my life? So PSP helped me a lot in furthering my education and it allowed me to have a good study environment. So for me, for those who want to apply for PSP, I hope that you during the interview session you show what uh to show the best of you like. So like don't stop yourself from being the best of you. Thank you. Yeah. Do you guys have any questions?
All right, thank you so much, Siwan, for sharing.
Yeah.
And now we'll have Q&A session. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to drop down in our QR code and also in our chat box. While waiting, I can ask you some questions like, um, how is your experience while like having the interview with the group, like you mentioned?
Oh, so my interview session is like there's four other scholars, right? So first they will ask each of us to introduce ourselves. And then I think during the introduce ourselves part, you really need to show your strength and weaknesses because like they don't really ask further questions after that. They like straight away went to like case study. So for the case study, they will ask each of us to voice out our opinions first, and then the next session they will come out with a question, and then you need to discuss with other uh four scholars, and then the four of you need to present your answers, your opinions to the interviewers. Yeah.
Oh, I
So
see.
yeah.
So there's a question here. Can you elaborate the level of difficulty for questionnaires?
Uh, I think it's not that hard if you are good at mathematics, because like a lot of questions are mathematics questions. So it's basically I think they actually test on how fast you can answer the question. Yeah. So for me, it's not that hard, but still you need to prepare for it.
And another question, any tips for your appearance during the interview, like your dress code or something else?
Okay, like for dress code, you wear something button up shirt and then long pants, and then maybe you guys can wear like a blazer or something too. Yeah, don't wear jeans and make sure that you wear appropriate shoes. Like don't wear sport shoes. Yeah, business casual, I would say.
Oh, okay. Thanks for answering. And another question, are they very stringent on the age requirement? Have you seen success from applicants over 19?
That one I'm not so sure because but I think you still can apply even though if you are 19. And then I have never seen a success applicants over 19, but maybe because I haven't met them. But I believe that there are a few students like over 19 that get PSP.
Yeah, just try and maybe you'll get it. And another question, if I want to pursue my degree in environmental engineering, is the PSP suitable for me?
I think it is suitable for you because like PSP actually cover a lot of courses, and then if I'm not mistaken, like I heard that they are actually kind of into environmental stuff. So maybe you can try it out. Yeah.
I hope that answered your question. So I think there's no more question from the floor.
All
And
right.
thank you so much, Silvern.
Thank you.
So now we'll be moving on to the next speaker, Lau Hui Gang, from Bayasiswa Tunku Abdul Rahman, Bita. I'll pass the mic to you.
Hi everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Lau Hui Geng. You may just call me Francis. First of all, thanks Tutors in Action for inviting me to share with you about BTAR, Beasiswa Tunku Abdul Rahman, a scholarship offered by YTAR Foundation, which is Yayasan Tunku Abdul Rahman. As you're probably on a tight schedule, I'll just take you through very quickly about some of the basic information regarding YTAR and BTAR scholarship and some of my suggestions on the application process. YTAR refers to Yayasan Tunku Abdul Rahman, a foundation and NGO established to commemorate late Tunku Abdul Rahman. You can easily Google YTAR and find out more about the foundation, so I won't spend too much time on this. One thing to highlight on the website are the core values of Tunku Abdul Rahman, namely honor, leadership, compassion, and unity, which you should familiarize yourself if you intend to participate in any program organized by them. There are three main programs under YTAR, namely Closing the Gap, which focuses on helping high school students in preparing for the future. BTAR Beasiswa Tunku Abdul Rahman Scholarship Program for university students and Future Ready, which seeks to empower underprivileged youth in gaining competitive edge in the future job market. I've also been a participant in the Future Ready, but today my sharing will be focused on BTAR scholarship. YTAR also partners with some local institutions. For example, my scholarship is jointly offered by YTAR and UNM. The BTAR scholarship is certainly among the more generous scholarship on offers in Malaysia, where it doesn't only provide full sponsorship of tuition fee. You may go to the next slide, please. Yeah. For study, it doesn't only provide full sponsorship for studies at any local universities, of course. It also provides monthly living allowances and various other allowances, yeah, including self-development fund and an allowance for your thesis laptop, something like that. Yeah, a very special allowance that it offers is the personal development fund here, which I would like to highlight, where students receive annual funding to pursue any interest that is aligned with their personal aspirations. For example, a scholar may apply for funding to learn coding on their own or to attend any conferences, international conferences even, as long as they are justifiable courses. Another attractive aspect is that its leadership program. You can go to the next slide, please. Yeah, this one, leadership program, which as far as I'm aware, is one of its kind in Malaysia. Under this program, scholars may be assigned a mentor who is in their aspired professional career and provided with leadership training programs to enhance their personal development. Scholars also can apply for funding to run their own community projects. In short, the BTAR scholarship is more than just a financial aid, but also provides ample opportunities for personal development, empowering scholars for future success. Yeah, there are also a strong community among the scholars and alumni, providing support and valuable working resources. Yeah, that's what I think. The YTAR scholarship application is currently open. Although the deadline is May 21st, which is tomorrow, I think they are extending the deadline to a later time, especially for the UNM, the University of Nottingham, Malaysia, and YTAR scholarship, which is the one I applied. Yeah. And these are all the partner scholarship that they have. If you work hard enough, I think you probably still have time. Yeah, because it's very worth it lah. Just give it a shot. Everyone who is Malaysian is eligible to apply. Next slide, please. And you should apply for that prior to your first year, of course. While academic strength is certainly one of the criteria, my feeling is that YTAR puts as much emphasis on your academic results as on one's leadership quality and your own character. people who are underprivileged or who have overcome significant hardship in life also stand a good chance. Next slide, please. Yeah. In my year, which was fresh out of COVID, there were more than 4,000 applicants, applications, and ultimately only about 100 or so were selected for interviews, and about 40 were awarded. So the success rate was around 4%. The application process is rather simple and standard. Not simple. Starting with application form submission and interview. The application form includes several essay questions to discover your values and your strength. The interview process can be quite strenuous, where in my case it took more than 2 hours, and because my scholarships was jointly offered by UNM as well, which is my university, I had to sit in another 1.5 hour interview separately with UNM. From what I heard, for scholars whose scholarship are not jointly offered by other institutions, they only have to sit for one interview. Yeah. For the application, here's some of the tips. Yeah. Next, please. Next slide, please. One of the main purpose of YTAR is to nurture the future leaders of Malaysia. Therefore, it would always be wise to highlight any leadership qualities you have and how you've demonstrated in a sense of service for your community. Secondly, the YTAR core values would be important, guiding principles in preparing your application and interviews. How have you embodied the core values of YTAR, and how you think you can advocate for those values in the future? Yeah, those are some of the questions you may ask yourself. Thirdly, a scholarship application is very much a self-reflection process. So it's important that you always self-inquire. Yeah, what matters to you? What are your priorities? How have you dealt with failures? And how did you achieve successes? How can you be a contributing member to your community? These are all valid and relevant questions you should consider. Yeah, next slide, please. So in conclusion, personally, I think successfully securing scholarship requires years of preparation. As Siwan just now said, it requires you to have extracurricular experience and so on, whether consciously or unconsciously. To enhance your chance, it is important that you plan ahead and to be strategic about what you do to furnish your resume in a way that would be consistent with the scholarship criteria, of course. It is a personal image building exercise at the end of the day, like what kind of leader you are, what kind of person you are, and how are you a contributing member of your community, what personal values define you. With that, I wish you all the best for your future study and scholarship applications. Yeah, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Francis, for your sharing. And thank you for preparing the slides. That's very insightful. And so for now, we'll be having the Q&A session. Please, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop down. Okay, the first question is the leadership program taking up a lot of your time. How do you manage your time?
From my experience, it doesn't take up much of my time. To be honest, I haven't went through any of them. The coming one is will be on June. Yeah, usually they will design the timing to avoid your schooling hours, I believe. Yeah, so in my case, it's in June. Maybe my case is a bit special because of the government resolution last year. So it actually extended our confirmation on the offer letter that actually we received the scholarship. So it actually postponed everything lah. How in terms of how do I manage my time, I don't have a specific answer to that yet, but I think it's manageable. It's definitely manageable. They are established institutions, so they would take that into account.
Okay, I hope that answered your question. Another question is the essays required to submit is kind of discouraging. How do you think we can stand out in the essay writing part?
Uh, I think just to be genuine, yeah, just be true to yourself. Um, I kind of know this scholarship before I applying to it, so I had a lot of time to design and to think about what I should put in the essay. But I think the rule of thumb is keep in mind that they want to discover who you are. They want to know who you are. Are you a worthy scholarship recipient? Something like that. So you should tell them that you are actually worth it and what are your values and why you can contribute to your community. Something like that. Yeah.
All right. What is your community project? Can you share a bit?
Okay, the community project will happen in our year two, which for me is next year. We don't have any idea on that yet, but based on what the preceding YTAR scholars, what they do, it really depends on what you want to do with your community project. It can be anything as long as it serves your specific community. Your community can be any community. Yeah, it can be your hometown, it can be within your circle of friends or something like that. Yeah. So for me, it will start in year two, and actually they will guide you in preparing for your community project in your year two summertime. Yeah, you can treat it as a year two summer project, and they
Mm-hmm.
will provide the fund as well, which is quite generous.
Okay. And is YTARS available for SPM leaver or is it only for pre-U leaver?
Yeah, because it's for university scholarship, so it's for pre-U. For SPM, I think you can apply for closing the gap. They have another program for uh
Uh-huh.
pre-U. Yeah.
How about STPM?
STPM, that's basically pre-U, so you can apply for BTAR after your STPM.
Okay. Um, and I want to ask what are the questions they will ask during the interview session?
Sorry, I cannot share that information, but basically what they will ask was in my presentation already. Yeah, along the line. Yeah. Sorry, I cannot share that.
Okay. And is it very competitive to get shortlisted for BTAR?
I heard it is very competitive, but because it's very generous and it's a very comprehensive scholarship, so definitely there will be a lot of people applying for that. Yeah, but for the UNM and YTAR scholarship, I think there's less people applying. For my case, we only have two for my cohort. There's only two of us, so yeah, so I think it depends lah. So they are extending the deadline, which is an opportunity for you to apply.
Yeah. And will they ask things about Tunku Rahman during the interview?
In my case, no, but the core values you should study them.
All right. I hope that answered your question. Thank you so much, Francis, for your sharing. And
All right.
now we'll be moving on to next speaker, Shani Fuachi, to introduce about Maybank Group Scholarship.
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. So, next slide, please. Yeah. So I will introduce myself. My name is Xuanyi Fujiaxi, and currently 22 years old and pursuing the studies in UUM. And I am taking Bachelor of Business Administration. So I applied the Maybank scholarship during my semester one, which is March 2022. Next slide, please. Yeah, so this is the ceremony for last year, Maybank Group Scholarship, and the total applicant is 2,100, and then the selected applicant is 61 scholar. Yeah, next slide, please. So the general requirement for the Maybank Group Scholarship is the total gross household income not more than 120 120,000, and then not more than 21 years old, and the minimum CGPA is 3.0 for your semester 1, and then currently enroll the first year undergraduate student. So you need to prepare your document first. Next slide, please. So this is for my application process for the last year, which is online. Stage one is online application to in the personal details. The second stage is online assessment. For the online assessment, is such as like IQ and calculation question. And then the step three is online assessment, such as on-demand basis case study with a group of people. And then you need to have like the presentation during the online assessment. And this online assessment actually take 3 to 4 hours in during the process. So you need to present and discuss with your group member during the online assessment. And then the last is interview session, which is interview by the board or trustees of Maybank Foundation. So it takes like around 5 months, 5 months for the whole application process. So next slide, please. So the Maybank scholarship is bonded with Scholar, which is offer employment opportunity after the graduation. So for the local study is 3 years, for overseas study is 5 years. So this is the Maybank Ambassador Program that I mentioned earlier, which is you will meet with the scholar and the Maybank Ambassador from every university. Next slide, please. And then the challenge I face in this interview is I don't know the company very well, meaning that we need to do the company background, vision, and company organization structure, such as their CEO, CFO, and all kind of the position you need to know, and how to overcome it. Is be prepared, do some research about the company, prepare the question they might be asked, find out the department in the company that you wish to join. Because in the interview session, they might ask like which position you are interested to when you after graduate. So it's very important if you are interested in one department. So next slide, please. Things that I wish I knew before applying. Actually, this Maybank application process take a few months. For me, I take 5 months to know I'm like get a scholar, and so you need to be mentally prepared and patient. Because for my case, I actually have applied the JPA also, and during that time I like don't know the because I don't know the Maybank scholarship I can get it or not. So you need to do a good decision before you apply this scholarship because it takes 5 months. And my personal experience is from 23rd, 23 of March to 18th of August during the scholarship for applying. Next slide, please. So the strategy is just be yourself and be sincere in what you are saying and be genuine about yourself. So during the interview, you must guide your other members also during the interview because you will come out and answer in conclusion during the presentation. So you all must like cooperation to discuss a thing. So don't like discuss very well and don't think your members is your I mean like very stressed. So you need to be like good to everyone because they are your partner also. So will come out a good decision, a good conversion to your panel. So don't try to oversell yourself even you have a very good achievement because like if you oversell it, the panel will think like you are show off. So always like be humble during the interview. Try to be descriptive as you can, like how you overcome, what is your experience. So the second thing is read up on your course and try to be updated with the latest news, such as the news that economy, country, and so on. So it may be help you to predict in case study questions, but also sharpen your critical thinking to relate your answer to your real experience. So next slide, please. So why should you should apply for this scholarship? The first thing, from my personal opinion, it can secure internship and job placement. The second thing is not only open to business related students, because for this Maybank scholarship, engineering students also can apply. So it's good for everyone to try. So how does it impact my life? When I was chosen as a Maybank scholar, it gave me a lot of motivation and to make me want to work harder, and because I need to work with other excellent people. So I need to always improve myself. Yeah, because I know I will go to Maybank have a job. So I need to be very good, like always improve myself, update with the latest news, and make a lot of connection. So after I get this scholarship, I can have my more time to focus on my study. So no need go to the part-time work because the allowance, the tuition fee they give is enough for you. Actually, it's very enough, and they also provide the allowance, book allowance also. So it's very enough. You no need worry anything. I mean, if you are in have a financial problem, but you can focus on your study. So my quote is be yourself. Don't always compare with others because like in this when you get a scholar, when you become a scholar, the game is just started because you need to work very hard because every time they will ask you to send the result, every semester result to them, which is up to 3.0 CGPA. So you need to maintain your CGPA also. So I think that's all from me for my. So I hope you all can have get a benefit from my sharing session. Thank you.
Thank you, Shani. That's very insightful. And so for now, we'll have Q&A session. Please drop down any questions that you have. And don't worry if you miss this opportunity, we'll have a final Q&A session towards the end of the whole session. Yeah. Here there's a question. The scholarship holder need to take part in the Maybank Ambassador program too?
Yeah, so for the first question, yes. The answer is yes. Every scholar need to take part in the mapping the ambassador program. Actually, it's good to join it because like you will meet a lot of networking, very excellent people from every university. So it's very good to join and enhance your communication.
All right. And another question is, el- can you elaborate the difficulty of the case study and online assessment?
So for the first stage is the online assessment after you fill in the Google form. And then for the online assessment is like actually it's not too tough. It's like some IQ question and mathematics question. So for me, I think it's okay. It's quite okay. So for the difficult part is the case study. The case study is take your 3 to 4 hours. I think in that case study, you want to come out a conclusion and discuss with your among your members and with your business idea, and they will give the some idea like the history of a company. So it might be the company ABC. So what is their financial and their financial result, everything. So they give you the data. You need to do a research and like do analysis and predict how you can improve the company. What is the decision you need to make to improve the company. So every one of the member will in charge for the one position. such as CEO, CFO, and manager. So you all need to have a each have a one position and then come out a result to the panel and present it to your panel.
I see. So is the whole 3 to 4 hours like monitored by the panels? So they will be watching you guys discussing?
Yeah, yes. So during the discussion, you need to be like very active and very brave to speak and very confident because during they will giving you a mark. Actually, they will give you the mark and see like who lead the group and but it's don't to be two leader. Why do I say so? Because if you are two leader to lead the group like other people don't have chance to speak and to present, it might cost them like don't have enough time to present. So you also need to take care of others also like give the time, give the chance to others to speak during the presentation. So yeah, that's all from me.
All right. Thank you so much, Shani. So for the next one, we will continue with um this is a bit special because we have two speakers to speak for the Maxis scholarship. So they will be Nadia Nasira binti Afkar Lotfi and Hugh Zihuan. They will both be taking turn to share about Maxis Women in Tech Scholarship and as well as Maxis Young Leaders Scholarship. So I'll pass the mic to them.
Hello, can you all hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah,
can
okay.
hear you.
Yep, let's start then. So, hi everyone. I'm Zihuan and I've Nadia here with me to talk about the Maxis Young Leaders Scholarship and the Women in Tech Scholarship as well. That's right. So, in essence, I think all Maxis scholarships they have almost similar general requirements. All applicable to all Malaysians, age 22 and below, and then you have gotten an offer letter to admit in a local university. So basically, it means if you go to like your LSC UCL, then they can't sponsor you. In the past, they can sponsor like people who went to foreign unis, but I think they have changed their policy to not sponsor these type of students. So they now only sponsor or give scholarships to students that study in the local uni. Yeah. So and then the income bracket is quite wide as well. So if your family earn less than 20K per month, you are eligible actually. And then if you don't hold any, financial loans or any other scholarships, you can apply for the Maxis scholarship. Yeah. So for academic, I would say the scholarship does not really focus a lot on how much A you got in SPM because I only get 5 A's during my SPM, not a lot, and it's not full A also. So I still got the scholarship, so I don't think they really care a lot how you, no, not care a lot, but they see it second or third mostly, but they really want to see whether you have strong leadership and interpersonal skills compared to the other candidates. Yeah. And this is only open for students who are doing their pre-U or already finished pre-U and starting their first year. So I applied when I just started my first year during that time. I suppose Nadia does the same too. Yeah. Okay. Next slide, please. Okay. Yeah, Nadia.
Okay, hello guys. So I am Nadia Nazira and currently I am in my second year of computer science degree in UTP. So let's start by discussing the coverage provided by the Maxis company toward the Maxis scholars. So these scholarships offers comprehensive support to each recipient. It covers tuition fees and also the final and also the living associated costs that cost 5,000 per year and tuition fees that they can cover up to 40,000 per year. And as a scholar, you can claim various items under living expenses such as the laptop, books relevant to your field of study, student club memberships that related to your field of study, and also your hostel or accommodation rent and more. So this financial support has alleviated the burden of worrying about tuition fees and has allowed me to focus on my studies and personal growth. Okay, next slide, please. And then let's talk about how to apply the scholarship. So the first one, the step is just wait for Maxis to open the scholarship application. Usually they will post it in on their website, and you can check there. And then check the eligibility requirement first, because once you have all the eligibility requirement, then you can proceed to if you have a chance, you can proceed to the next stage. And then sorry, okay, and then you can apply uh the scholarship on Maxis scholarship program website. And the last one is all shortlisted candidate will be notified via email as provided in their application. Due to the high volume of applications, they only email to the only shortlisted candidates. And then before you applying the scholarship, you also need to prepare the pre-university result, like SPM result, foundation result, matriculation result, and more. And then you also need to prepare a resume or CV. And the last one, you also need to prepare your university fee structure. So there is the link which we can visit whenever you want to apply the Maxis scholarship. Okay, next slide. Alright, so let's talk about the bond. So one important aspect of this scholarship is the bond with the Maxis company. This means that upon graduating from the university, I am obligated to serve Maxis for a specific duration. The bond period is subject to the duration of your studies. So in my case, since my degree program is 3.5 years, my contract with Maxis requires me to work with them for 3 years. And this bond serves as an opportunity for us to apply our skills and knowledge in a real world setting while gaining valuable work experience with Maxis. And moreover, as Maxis women in tech scholars, they are also required to participate in internship program. So this means that the Maxis, once you got the Maxis scholarship, you will your job and internship will be secured. So okay, I think that's it. That is all from me for this part.
Yeah.
I will pass to
Okay.
Z1.
Yep. So follow-up event. So once you apply, the first thing that you'll get is you'll get a digital interview. So what this means is that they will send you like an email link for you to attend this like a short 30 minutes. I think it's 30 minutes digital interview. So what they do is that mainly they will test your qualitative abilities and reaction time. So why I say reaction time, because I remember the last question that they asked me is that they told me to sing in like 10 seconds after they told me that question. Yeah, so this is one of the things that they test. And then after, if you pass through the assessment test, you will go to the second round, which is it's like a super day. That meaning that you do both of these interviews in the same day. So the first one will be a group interview where you will be grouped with other candidates and then solve or present a solution together. So normally it will be something that either Maxis is involved in or something that a charitable project that they wanted to do. And then they want the candidates to present their solution. So how to stand out is basically you should be the one that constantly leading and then constantly letting be that kind of leader that you for my assessment, basically for young leaders, they want you to really showcase how well you can lead other people, manage other people in the assessment. Yeah. So after that, you will go interview one-on-one with a business line manager. So I was interviewed by the corporate strategy manager, head of corporate strategy in Maxis. So he interviewed me. We talked about our interests and a lot of other stuff then. And I told him why I want to be part of the scholarship. Yeah. So after the second round, it will be the last round, which is the interview with Maxis management team. So this is basically an interview with the CEO, CTO, CSO, like the C-suite management of Maxis, they will interview you, and they won't ask you a lot of technical, but they mostly ask you like, oh, why do you want to join us? What is driving you day to day, and what are your values as a person? Yeah, something like that. So I was fortunate that I get all things right, I guess. So I got a scholarship. Yeah, so that's how it is. But I wanted for the assessment, right? I'm not sure about Nadia. Like when you do the tech one, is it very different than how the young leader scholar do? Yeah. Nadia.
All right, sorry.
Yeah.
So for my assessment part, since I am applying for a Mrs. Woman in Tech, so
Mm-hmm.
basically this scholarship is focused on those who are in the engineering and technology field. So during our interview session, we will be discussing about the case study that we given at that time about our current technology and something like how we would like to innovate something new for the smart office. That is my assessment part.
Okay. Okay. Yep. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, things that I wish I knew before applying. I think I wouldn't say I prepare a lot, but I do try to research on what Maxis actually does, like as a telco or as a the leading converged solutions provider in Malaysia. And because when I applied that time, there was this My Digital thing and 5G, and it's still an issue in Malaysia, but that time it was a very hot issue. So I constantly bring it up to during the interview. Like I asked, oh, why Maxis don't want to join My Digital? What are the pros and cons do you guys think? And what do you guys think as 5G? And yeah, this kind of latest news that I mentioned during my interview. And also you have to showcase a lot of things that you do outside of school, like the charity programs that you did, your co-curricular programs, and why these things that inspire you. Yeah, I think that's one. And then I think lastly is to be confident with your answers and what you exactly want, because they want to find someone that is very confident and very very sure what they want in life. It might change in the future, but they want to have someone that very clear on, oh, if I'm studying accounting and finance, then my career path is that I want to be like a corporate finance person in Maxis or whatever. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, next one. Okay, strategies. I mean, again, it's like you read a lot about Maxis and what they're doing, and then I think one strategy I do is that I check out what are the jobs they provide to graduates on their website, because they want people. I mean, like this whole interviews are basically interviewing you for a future job, right? So obviously they want to find a fit in terms of their a future job that they can give you, lah. Yeah, so I would recommend anyone applying to check out what jobs they're providing. So if you study economics, maybe you want to do like business analytics or corporate strategy, right? I don't know. If you are doing software development, software engineering, then maybe you want to do something like tech or Internet of Things, right? I don't know. Yeah, so these are things that you can do beforehand, and then you have to treat your application as a job interview, because again they test a lot on personal fit and whether you showcase leadership qualities or not. It's very important for them. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's all for strategies. I think I'll pass this back to Nadia on why you should apply. Hmm.
Okay, so now you might be wondering why you should consider applying for the Maxis Women in Tech Scholarship and also Maxis Young Leader, and the other one is Maxis in Tech Scholarship. So, well, Maxis is the place to be for anyone interested in technology or business thing, and the exposure to tech engagement and being part of the leading telecommunications company in Malaysia add significant value to your career. This scholarship is not solely based on academic achievements. It also assesses your potential, passion, and dedication to the field. By being a Messi scholar, you become part of a supportive community that encourage growth, learning, and innovation. So, how does how this scholarship impact on my life? So, the impact of this scholarship on my life has been tremendous. Not having to worry about paying my tuition fees has allowed me to fully focus on my study and explore various opportunities. Additionally, being a part of the Maxis Women in Tech Scholarship program has provided me with a network of like-minded peers, mentors, and industry professionals. So this network has been invaluable in my personal and professional development. Furthermore, knowing that I have a career guarantee after graduation has given me a sense of security and motivation to assist in my study and future endeavors. So, in conclusion, I want to leave you with some words of advice. So, think like a leader and work like an innovator. The Maxis scholarship has not only supported my academic journey, but has also instilled in me about the importance of leadership, innovation, and continuous learning. So I encourage each and every one of you to seize every opportunity that comes your way, believe in yourself, and never stop pushing the boundaries of what you can achieve. All right, so thank you for your attention, and I hope our journey as a Maxis scholar has inspired you to pursue your studies and can apply this scholarship.
All right, thank you, Nadia and Zihuan. Thank you for sharing. So we'll be having the Q&A session. We're waiting for any questions to come in. In the meantime, Zihuan, would you mind turning on your camera?
Sure, sure. Just now it was upside down, so I feel a bit weird. Yeah, this is better.
Yeah. So the first question, can I apply for both women in tech and tech scholarships at the same time?
Can I answer for this question? Um, so the question is, can I apply for both women in tech and tech scholarships at the same time? The answer is no, because women in scholarship is on women that pursue their degree in engineering and technology field, such as computer science, information technology, and information system. So for the Maxis in tech scholarship is focused on men that uh, that further their studies in engineering and technology field. So the difference of these two scholarship is the gender.
Oh, I see. So, mm, let us see if any questions.
Oh, I also want to mention, right? So, if okay, the difference between these three scholarships is like what Nadia mentioned. The two tech is basically whether you are a guy or a woman. So basically, the gender is different. But for young leaders, they don't really care what kind of gender you are. But I would say young leaders has the least amount of allocation for scholars. For my batch, they only give like 5 scholarships to 5 of us. Yeah, and I would say young leaders is a bit selective because like a lot of people applied for young leaders and they didn't get it to the next round. Even the first round, they didn't get in really. Yeah, so SPM graduates apply for both of these scholars. Yeah, yeah, SPM. No, only pre-U, only pre-U. I don't think SPM can. Yeah, because they only sponsor undergraduate courses, not pre-U. Yeah.
All right, thank you. I hope that answered your question. Um, what else do you guys want to share, like your experience on interview or any things that you think are that you are willing to share with us?
I think this is just sidetrack a bit lah. So if you got this scholarship, because they will give you opportunity to intern with them, right? In terms of internship, they give you a lot of flexibility. They actually let you choose what department you want to do, and then they'll give you the opportunity. And also, if you want to intern somewhere else, you have to write to them. Oh, let's say I want to intern at Shopee, right, or any other banks you want to intern or whatever. You have to write to them, and they'll most likely let you go and intern at somewhere else as well because it still benefits your personal learning. As for masters, I asked this before. I inquired about this before. Maxis told me that if you want to take masters after your undergraduate, you can. They'll just make the certain arrangements, but they can't sponsor your masters, so you have to either find your own financing or yeah. But it is possible.
Oh, yeah, I see. So I think that marks the end of the session. So thank you so much for Nadia and Zihuan. So we'll have the final Q&A session. So if there are any questions directed to you guys, we'll still we need your sharing as well. Thank you so much.
Okay, no worries.
Thank you.
Any questions from the floor for all the four scholarships mentioned? My extracurricular is not too active. How do I stand out in other aspect? Do any speakers would like to share about this if they don't have like very high like position in their extracurricular and they're not taking awards or something, like what can they work for in other aspect? Zuhan, would you like to share?
Okay, at the scholarship. What I would say it's more on very strong at extracurricular. I assume you're very strong at academics. Hence, you apply the scholarship to study or to revise my subjects. Yeah, like just have answers that are well thought of, that has a lot of, that has like responses that stay on course.
Nice. So, thank you, Zuhan. Any other opinions? What about from Shani?
Sorry, can you repeat the things?
So the question is, the person is not too active in extracurricular. So, do you think that it's okay to, if they are not too active in extracurricular, can they apply successfully for your scholarship?
For me, I think yes, because the interview session actually is more emphasized on how you like talk to others, like how you are confident, because they want to look are you confident and know their company background or not. If extracurricular is not too active, I think the extracurricular is like I don't think so. It's very important now, but you try to join like competition like case studies, business case study, like more related to their company, like banking, all that. I think this also can put in your resume and give it the 8 point plus point to the scholar. Yeah, that's all from me.
All right. Thank you so much, Shani, for sharing your thoughts. Um, any other questions from the floor? If there isn't any more questions, so I think this marks the end of the session. And I would like to give a reminder on our committee recruitment. So, as I mentioned in the morning session, tomorrow is the last day for our committee recruitment. TIA is recruiting committees for we have three new departments, and also these are the several positions that open for application. So if you're interested, do join us by scanning this QR code and apply for this. The deadline is tomorrow. So don't miss this opportunity. Yep. And before ending, we'd like to invite all the participants and also speakers to open their camera and take a group photo with us. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Another one. 3, 2. Oh, wait. 3, 2, 1. All right. Thank you so much for all the speakers for your effort in presenting the slide, preparing the slides, and thank you so much for your all the participants to join as well. Thank you, and hope you